Coach talked to us a little bit about your play, but he also mentioned you had a tragedy over the summer. How did it inspire you?
Well, with my brother passing away, it kind of put a lot of things into perspective. Just not taking every day for granted, trying to do the best I can do to. And, dang, that's a tough question. Just trying to live up to his legacy, everything he taught me while he was here.
Your Coach Leslie said that you kind of recognized that you would have an advantage, on the edge. Talk about where you're at with that. I mean, just being able to recognize that and kind of come to him and the trust between you guys.
Yeah, Coach Leslie's always been telling me about my speed and just being confident and turning the edge, turning the corner. And sometimes I try to do a little too much, but just sticking to the basics is helping me grow and become a better edge rusher.
You're not the biggest of guys compared to the tackles that you often will be facing. So what's the key to defeating a 300-pound guy?
Leverage around the corner. You attack them with speed. Sometimes they'll lunge, and that makes it easier to turn the corner.
I imagine several times a game a player goes up to a coach and says, hey, let me do this, hey, call this, and they probably never get it. How did you convince Leslie to change the script and let you do what you did?
Could you repeat the question, please?
I imagine a bunch of times during a game a player's going to go to a coach and say, hey, run this play, or hey, do this thing that I want to do, and it probably doesn't work out very often. The coach won't let him. How did you convince Leslie to let you run like that?
Me and Coach Leslie have a pretty good relationship, so when I told him that I had an advantage, he just took a leap of faith and trusted me. So.
When you stop to think about your brother, what do you remember about him most, and what do you take with you?
His personality and how he approached things. He always looked at things in a positive light, and that's useful, especially in the game of football. When you focus on the negative, it's hard to improve.
When you lose someone like that, I mean, you can't replace it. I mean, you just, how do you deal with it?
Just day by day. Getting close to the family members, getting close to my teammates. That's what's been helping me deal with it.
How much do you have to lean on your teammates to do they step up and sort of take to your shoulder and help you through moments like that?
Yes.
Anybody in particular that you?
Really in my linebacker core, my position group, the D-line. I'm really close with a lot of the D-line. My roommate, Jalen Thornton, D-line, so, yeah.
Pretty different as a player than when you first got here. I mean, your understanding of the game, all those type of things.
Well, I've gotten a lot better at learning how to diagnose film. My body, of course, lifting with Coach Mike, being able to get more explosive, stronger, being able to get more flexible. Because when I got here, I couldn't touch my toes. But yeah, just working the basics, mobility things and stuff like that. So yeah.
When you're a speed rusher and you're going against a quarterback like Rattler this week, kind of thrives on making plays out of the pocket, what kind of an effect does it have? Do you have to control your rusher a little more?
Well, Rattler's a great player, so I'm just going to continue doing the things that I do, and as I continue to watch film throughout the week, I can create a game plan and work from that.
Hardest thing about playing bandit, because it's sort of a hybrid position. Are there difficult aspects to it than just being a Mike linebacker or something like that?
I would say sometimes when you're on the edge, I weigh 232 pounds. Some tackles are 350, 360. It can be difficult. Not saying that it is, but it can be difficult when I'm getting double teamed.
I've asked several this. Why have you guys been good in the red zone? Obviously that was a key Saturday, but your red zone defense has been outstanding. Can you
Yeah.
put a finger on why?
Because we play hard. That's it.
That simple?
That simple. We play hard.
What's it like growing up with your mom? Is your mom's a sheriff or a deputy?
To share.
Is that a little bit tricky?
I had an interesting childhood, you know, pretty strict, but I give her all the credit. She's a great mother.
And then your brother plays for the Steelers, right? Half brother.
Yes.
Any phone calls the past couple of days about trading tips? You maybe giving him some ideas, or
I'd say less trading tips, more of him giving me advice. I try to talk to him about football as much as I can so I can grow my understanding.
helpful? I mean, obviously it is, but I mean,
Yeah.
I imagine he wants to give you the best advice. And you want to hear everything. How do those conversations function?
Usually it starts off with like a little bit of criticism because that's how you get better. And he tells me what I can do to fix my mistakes, where I can improve and use my skill set to produce the most, be the most productive, and whatnot.
So he's a nose though, right? Can he give you advice?
Yeah. All of it doesn't like correspond, but some things he tells me about, like using my hands, being aggressive at the point of contact, things like that, those carry over.
Was he always that big? Do you have any chance of growing to his size? Or
I don't know about growing to his size, but I'm pretty sure I can get bigger. I'm positive.
Speaking of nose, how has Hakeem helped? They talked about Burmeister stepping up in the pocket. He couldn't because of Hakeem. How has that helped you out?
Well, when we have great pressure on the inside, that keeps the quarterback from sliding forward to the B gaps, making it easier to turn the corner because he can't get from the spot that he drops. He has to go out to the outside, which we have to contain on the other side with Taj. So he has to stay where he is or come back to me, basically. So that makes it easier to turn the corner.
so it was key Saturday to keep contain on Burmeister. Similar with Rattler. I mean, there may be different quarterbacks, but from the edge guys, you just can't lose contain. What's key there?
It's really the same game plan. Keep him in the pocket. Like I said, he's a great quarterback. He's going to try to make plays. So we're going to have to deal with a great challenge this week.